Hello everyone, thanks for watching, thanks for being part of the channel and everything. Today I was just watching a video by a friend of mine, Mark Tassi, and Mark does a lot of response videos to various people who are bashing the raw vegan diet, the fruitarian diet and everything else. And he made a couple of videos about a particular guy that was talking about the fruitarian diet and how fruitarianism isn't sustainable long term and all this kind of stuff. And I went to go and watch this guy's videos, and I just cannot watch this stuff. It's so boring. It's not that it annoys me or anything, or that I object to the guy having an opinion or whatever. It's just so boring to me to hear this stuff and to hear a guy just nonsense coming out of him. Like, here's a lot of rubbish, and a lot of people are going to believe this guy because, and other people because they've got a good physique, and a lot of people believe all these people, they've got a good physique, they've got a good level of fitness, and therefore people are going to follow them. And the funny thing about your physique and everything, and how muscular you are, there is a genetic element to that apparently. Right, like I don't know a lot about that, but apparently there's a genetic element to how muscular you can be, and some people just are not set up to be like that, but they're more likely to be able to have a physique like that. So to think that, okay, I'm going to look like this guy, it's not necessarily going to work like that. But I just see all these bodybuilder guys. I've never watched any of their channels. I've never really followed any of them long term. I don't care about any of their information. Like bodybuilding and all that stuff. It's so simple. Like, it's not something you have to invest a lot of time thinking about. Like, and these guys spin out all this stuff to make it sound really complicated. You go to the gym, you work out. There's only a couple of different ways to work out, and if you want to build strength, then you work out in a certain way. If you want to try and build muscle, like look bigger, you work out in a slightly different way. All that stuff is like, it's so simple, right? It's not difficult to understand. And then they want to add, but where they kind of make their money and everything is the supplements side of things, protein supplements and all this stuff. And they kind of dream that you're going to look like me if you take protein supplements and all that. And it's not going to really work like that for most people. But I don't know. I just want to say that I'm just so bored by that stuff. I can't be bothered with any of that. I can't be bothered with someone coming out with just nonsense. So I struggle to. I don't get passionate about making a response video because I just think I can't even listen to this person. Like, I just want to shield myself away from, like, okay, he's made a point, and I completely could destroy that point in a millisecond. Oh, here's another point. It's a rubbish point. There's no foundation to it. Oh, here he's saying another thing. It's another piece of nonsense. Oh, here he's saying a long word to try and make himself sound smart, and you're just like, boring. It's just so boring. Really, health and fitness and all that stuff. It should be really simple, and it is simple. Everyone wants to complicate it. Everyone wants their little niche and their little bit and their little thing. And I just think it's so simple. We eat foods for which we are biologically designed to eat, and those foods are fruits and vegetables. And everyone wants to say, "Oh, but fruits aren't natural. Fruits don't really exist in nature and stuff," and it's rubbish. Of course fruits exist in nature, otherwise there would be hundreds of different species of animals that live on fruit, or almost entirely on fruit. How could any of the anthropoid apes exist without fruit? Like, what are they eating apart from that? And then the arguments, well, there's too much sugar in the fruit. Well, why? Fruit isn't sweet to all animals. It's only sweet to animals that can taste sugar. Like, we can taste simple sugar. Other animals can't. Like a cat can't. And we can't taste protein. So I don't know. I'm just annoyed. It's like boring, right? And hopefully you feel like that as well. But I know that a lot of you that are watching maybe aren't so strong, and I don't want to say strong. You've not had this information, been exposed to this information as much as I have. Some of you have more than I have, but if you've not fully taken it to heart yet, you just need to continue to take in the information, and you need to continue to explore. And if you've got a question like, oh, well, maybe the paleo diet is actually quite healthy, or maybe intermittent fasting is a good idea, or maybe just eating cooked food is a good idea, you've got to do like a little bit more research. Like you've got to realize that for a start, like the paleo diet, the low fat diet, ketogenic, there is no science supporting that as being healthy. There is nothing supporting that as being healthy. Not a thing, not a shred. And even Dr. Michael Greger made a video where he went into someone's book and he looked at the first reference and the first link and the first paragraph, the first reference to a study, and he went and looked at the study and he showed the study doesn't say anything in relation to what that person's talking about. The study actually says the opposite, and that's what these guys are doing. It's complete lies, complete nonsense. I'm not saying that they're lying on purpose. Maybe they just aren't smart enough to realize, but it's just there's nothing there. Like, don't fool yourself into thinking, maybe a paleo diet. Like, it's not. It just isn't. There's nothing saying that meat is healthy, or meat is required, or fish, or cheese, or milk, or anything. None of that stuff is healthy for you in any way. It's all bad. It's all bad. Low fat diet is a terrible idea. Carbohydrates are the primary fuel source of the human body. That it's the preferred fuel source. Simple carbohydrates. That's why we can taste them. That's why we seek them out. That's why they satisfy us when we eat them. We are frugivores. We are sweet seekers, and you have to really take that to heart. You have to take it to heart, and when you hear these people, you need to get to that point where you're so strong with what you're doing that whatever YouTuber can say everything they want and refer to all those studies, and you know that it's nonsense before you even investigate it, because if you've investigated these things multiple times and realised it was rubbish every single time, then you get to a point where you go, I don't even need to look into this. I know this guy's talking rubbish. Oh, who's he referencing? That guy, right? I know that it's rubbish. So you got to get to that. But a lot of people will be thinking, oh, the raw vegan diet's rubbish, and they're just referencing this information and that. It's like, well, firstly, raw. The principle of raw is nature's law, right? Raw is raw is nature's law. So everything on the planet eats a raw diet. Everything on the planet, apart from bacteria that are in lava or something like that, everything eats a raw diet. Everything, every living thing is eating a raw diet. And then the vegan part of it, well, okay, maybe are humans 100% vegan or not? Like, maybe not. But the question is, just analyze, whatever you want to say, your own instincts. Are you compelled to eat insects? Are you compelled to eat dead animals? When you walk down the street and there's a dead rat, are you compelled to eat that? Are you compelled to seek that out? Are you compelled to hunt? Do you get up every day and feel like hunting and feel like running after something and sort of sitting in the bushes waiting for hours and hours? Like, we're gatherers, right? We're not hunter gatherers, we're gatherers. So you can just audit your own, like, do you want to go out and kill? And it's just fascinating to me that people eat meat and talk about meat's natural. And they would never kill an animal with their own bare hands. Because when people shoot something, it's like, oh, that's a bit of a video game. It's a detached thing. But for you to go up and snap an animal's neck or something like that's, I don't know. It's crazy, but to do it day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, like, I'm sure, I don't know, man. But you kind of do what you get exposed to in life. There is a big principle in the human race of monkey see, monkey do. If your uncle went out and shot things and made that cool to you, then you're gonna feel like that. You're gonna go out and do that. Whereas if you were brought up as a vegan, you're gonna do all that. So I don't know. I just wanted to make a video and say hello, and I want to keep making these videos and reaching out, and I want you to feel as comfortable and as confident with this stuff as I am, whether it's vegan or whether it's raw vegan or fruitarian. I feel like I could live for 10 years on bananas without any supplementation, without a shred of supplementation. That's how confident I am in this whole idea. That because here's my point. People live on junk food. People live on anti-food for decades. How could how could I not live on bananas for a decade, right? I might even do it just for the challenge, just for the news article in 10 years' time to say, this guy lived on bananas for 10 years, and you might think, oh, that's a crazy thing. I don't think it's that crazy. I don't think it's that out there. I certainly don't think it's going to cause any problems. Um, so maybe I will do that, but I just want you all to feel confident about what you're doing. And so when you come across these YouTubers and these other people and these books, you just know it's rubbish. It's not rubbish. Like they're trying to get you healthier than they're trying to get the average person healthier than the way they are. But I'm just so far down the road. Like I started down this path a long time ago, and I'll might talk about that in a different video. But that's all I want to say. You know, thanks. You should pat yourself on the back for continuing to subscribe, and let me know your comments down below. If you want to come and meet me, there's two places you can come. Oh, and I want to say something else. I'll say in another video. But Fruit Festival in the UK, 25th to 29th of July, UK Fruit Fest. There's a link below this video. You can also come to one of my free meetups in Glasgow. Meetup.com/Glasgow Fruitarian. Join that every second Friday. You can come along to that in the Moment Yoga Centre. So there you go. Speak to you all soon. See you later. Have a good life, and come to Fruit Fest if you're interested. See you later. Bye.